What is up? My name is Garrett at Yoger on Twitter, YOOGRRTT. Thank you so much for tuning into the Now Notation YouTube channel. Welcome back to another album review. Today, we are talking about the incarcerated Mr. I guess he's not incarcerated yet, not until proven guilty. Or he's in incarceration, but he's not proven to be in jail for a set amount of time yet. I don't think that's actually happened. But we did get a update on his court case, but whew, this has been a fucking week for this guy, and I'm actually extremely excited to talk about the trap album of the century, and that is none other than Dummy Boy by Mr. 6ix9ine. And 6ix9ine is someone who popped up on the scene, like you all know. I do not have to tell you, but within the past year, it's been just exponentially crazy as far as this guy's growth on the charts, on the video plays, on the exposure on Instagram. I think he's rocking like 15 million followers or something crazy on Instagram. What's important about him is not necessarily all the bullshit with the hype, but two, just the bullshit charges that people like to bring up. I think just boiling down 6ix9ine and why there is an importance to his presence in the game at this moment is that ever since around like 2013, I would say internet rap has taken a hold of the industry in a very direct way, whether it's through the house arrest Chief Keef videos or just the craziness of Young Lean as a kid running around a mall. The ability to just kind of post something online and just letting it exist and speak for itself has been something that we've seen, and just kind of run with it. And you know, with the platform of SoundCloud and the ability to upload is just in everybody's fingertips. And you know, the music industry is definitely coming out of a time period where they're forced to kind of reevaluate what they were doing and how they were going to react to this change in climate. And with 6ix9ine, it's interesting because he definitely changed how internet rap is going to be presented in the future. And it's really not about being the best musician anymore, and it's really not about even making the best music. It's about just being a personality that people are interested in and want to fucking have their eyes glued to. And the way he used his platform is something that everybody will be taking notes on in the industry for years to come. And I think that, let alone whatever you think of the guy or not, there is something to be applauded in regards to that. I think that is just something that we've seen. Trolling has been something on the internet that is existed on Reddit, 4chan, Twitter, that is just a meme within itself. But 6ix9ine took the art of trolling and applied it to the rap industry and somehow just came out on top. And to kind of see the way that his career is kind of turned in the past month with this arrest and this album itself being leaked, it's really just interesting. And it just sounds like it's out of some crazy fucking movie that's still being written, or you just like, this is like act 2 and you're just like, what the fuck is going on with this guy? And you probably couldn't script this shit. Just the fact that we're in an age where, like I said, uploading is so common that music releases are not even really a thing, like rollouts. Like, you don't see billboards hyping up an album that's coming out in December anymore. Like, generally they announce it and then it's out in a week or two nowadays, and that's just how it works. Like, that's a great way to get your album to the people quickly, but it also allows you to release more music. And it's so fast how quickly people listen to music, don't ever listen to the album again. So labels are kind of forcing people to release more music as a result, to kind of keep themselves into the mainstream, keep their word in other people's mouths. And yeah, it's interesting, but we don't really see leaks anymore. And this guy got locked up and we literally see his album leaked. Like, back in the day when we were downloading albums, a lot of it came from like DatPiff, and those were zip files, and we were downloading zip files, or if it leaked, it was on YouTube, and then you'd rip it from there, or whatever it is. And the art of streaming, like, kids nowadays don't really have to deal with that. Like, you never had to download LimeWire, and like, that's all I did as a kid, you know what I mean? Come at me with those RICO charges. I don't even know if that would apply to a RICO charge. I don't know why I made that joke. That was stupid. But kids just don't ever have to deal with that. And I feel like Dummy Boy is probably the first album in a lot of people's lives who are, you know, under the age of 16, who they had to find it on the internet. Like, even I for a second was thinking, how do I how do I get this on Dropbox and like download it and listen to it? And it, you know, obviously I knew what I was doing, but still there was something very foreign feeling about that, but also a little bit nostalgic because that's all I did as a kid. That's how you found music when you grew up in the 2000s, those dark ages, without Spotify. All we had was Pandora for a long while, and that was. We don't want to talk about that. No, sir. Let's get into the track listing real quick because I want to talk about this album. I just felt like there's a lot of baggage with this album, and I do call it the trap album of the century because it's just all the buzz around it just builds to this beautiful poetic story, especially because this thing leaked and then gets dropped on a Monday officially because he's in jail and is like, yeah, I guess just give it to the people. Like you lost so many millions of dollars as a label by not putting it out. And that's the other thing, is this thing was supposed to come out last week. It got delayed and then leaked, and now it's out on a Monday, and it's like I'll take or Tuesday. What day of the fucking week is it? But either way, man, it's so crazy that they probably could have still released that shit. And I understand probably something to do with the case why they didn't, but it's what the fuck, man? This is just so insane. This doesn't happen anymore. And to see this happen in 2018 to the biggest artist with one of the biggest albums of the years, you can't script this shit, man. You cannot. Let's get into the track list. Track number 1 is Stupid, featuring Bobby Shmurda, one of the lead singles. Fifi, featuring Murda Beats and Nicki Minaj, one of the features as well. Track number 3 is TikTok, featuring Lil Baby. Track number 4 is Kika, featuring, or Kika, or Kika, I'm thinking it's Kika, featuring Tory Lanez. That's the other thing, 6ix9ine likes to make up words, not only in his raps, but in his song titles. So that is what we're seeing in full effect on this thing. And, it works. I mean, it's funny, but me trying to remember these names, like I'm like, yeah, the one with Kanye but without Nicki, and I can't remember what the hell it's called, and looking at it, it's called Kanga, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Track number 5 is Mama, featuring Kanye West and Nicki Minaj. Track number 6 is Waka, featuring A Boogie with a Hoodie. Track number 7 is BB, featuring Anuel AA or Double A. Same thing. Track number 8 is Mala, featuring Anuel AA. BB came out prior, along with Fifi and Stupid. Those are reggaeton tracks, and it is interesting that he's able to just do these like hard ass trap songs that are just hype as hell, and then 2 tracks in the middle of this bitch are just him speaking Spanish and having a good time with this reggaeton salsa type style. And even though I don't think any other rapper could put these like type of tracks on their album and not get just shit on, it does work with his Mexican heritage, and he definitely lends into that on those tracks. And while I do kind of don't even count them in my head and often catch myself skipping them, when they do sneak into my playlist and are playing, I don't hate them, and I think that's enough for me to be impressed by that 6ix9ine can make some reggaeton tracks and keep it going. Track number 9 is Kanga, like I mentioned, featuring Kanye West. Track number 10 is FIFA, not to be confused with Fifi, featuring Gunna. Track number 11 is Tati, featuring DJ Spin King, which was another lead single. Track number 12 is Wando, which doesn't show a feature, but when you click on the actual track itself, we will reveal that Tribe Drew is all over this guy apparently. And I think people originally thought that was Zilla Kami on the track, and I think that's been kind of debunked, because it looks like Tribe Drew is featured on track number 13, which is Dummy, to close out the whole album. And Tribe Drew apparently is one of his good friends, 6ix9ine's friends. But yeah, for a long time, Wando, people thought that part where it's like all in, anybody that'll do it, everyone thought it was Zilla Kami, including myself, but it looks like that's been debunked to just be Tribe Drew, and to not give him 2 features as someone who is not as well known makes kind of sense. But I thought it was just, knowing the beef between Zilla and 6ix9ine and just their history, for him to just have a track with him and then leave him off of like being displayed as a feature, which isn't unheard of in rap, but when you look at the rest of this track list, and it's just riddled with features. I don't know. It felt like that was a very orchestrated slap to the face that he was trying to pull, but not the case here. So yeah, Tribe Drew, that's probably a good homie to have as far as 6ix9ine, and 6ix9ine's a good homie to include you twice, man. So shout out to that. Standout tracks for me right now, not including any of the features that already pre-existed. I'm really enjoying TikTok, featuring Lil Baby. That thing's just very different style for 6ix9ine if there is one, and I think that works very well, and they both just come on and just make a very hot banger. I think that thing could have really led the summer though if that dropped earlier. Kika with Tory Lanez kills that song, man. Like that man's ability to just portray melody as well as just like have a certain level of flow in his melody as well is just like that's just coming across tenfold. The song Mama with Kanye West and Nicki Minaj, that's the song that there was supposedly going to be a music video for. There was a shooting in the past month at that video shoot. Nicki Minaj's like dressing room got like shot up or something. People are trying to hit 6ix9ine, and that caused the whole shoot to get disbanded, probably to get rescheduled, not knowing that he was going to be in jail. So we will probably not see an actual music video for that. But listening to that track, I could see why you would want to do a music video for that song, because the way that they all play with each other, and like Nicki Minaj, I think, is like saying like we're the dream team and stuff, like that would have just been a very cool like visual. And it was apparently at like a $38 million mansion, so a lot of flexing would have gone on there. So you could have shoulda woulda, we could have had that. So I can see though, listening to that song, why that would have been a single that he would have wanted to do a feature or a video for. I want to say Kanga is probably my favorite track on there. Having Kanye West and 6ix9ine just be the biggest trolls on a track and just talk shit on everybody, like calling out Ebro and just like saying that people don't understand him, and like it just makes sense. And then like 6ix9ine is also calling out like things that like Kanye has said throughout his career, like he's like houseway, like it just works, man. It's just like a fun little song that they came through and put together. The obligatory feature from Gunna that we've been seeing on every single album that I feel like I've been reviewing in recent times, that thing is okay. It's fine. It's not bad by any means, but it's just not like there's so much good in these other 3-4 tracks that I named. Even the song with A Boogie works really well too. A Boogie's cool, man. Like I don't listen to him enough, and I don't give him credit, but his feature on I don't even know what the other Kuda, Kiki, whatever feature he did on the last album was good too. So I should stop sleeping on A Boogie, because he does have a nice voice and does handle himself well. So but those are probably my standout tracks, not including the singles that have come out prior. But I do want to say that this thing is just front to back just hard as hell. Like there's something about like I said, we're not talking about like musically, like this is not anything that's like changing music as a whole. But I mean, I don't know if many albums do that anymore. But like, as far as just making a song that people are gonna while out to in the club and just doing that over and over and over 13 times on an album, he does it. He does it really well. And to also have 2 songs that are like totally for international appeal are probably gonna treat him really well. I don't know how this is gonna shake up, because again, like we're dealing with a situation where this man's potentially facing 25 years to life, and he's not even gonna go on trial till next September. So it's like, what the fuck is this? Like I don't really know of an example other than maybe Bobby Shmurda, who is featured on this album. I don't know if I said that at the very beginning. I should have. He has like a verse that he's speaking into from like the phone in jail. That's really cool. Works out. Stupid's just not my favorite song on the track, but it's still fucking hot. Like every 6ix9ine song is just, people can hate all they want, man, but when you play that in a club or even just like as a DJ or whatever, like it's nuts. Go look at his like live performance videos. Like no one's going that crazy for Drake, and they're paying $100+, and like 6ix9ine can't even perform at most places when he was like out of jail. Now he can't perform at all, but like to see him just randomly show up at certain shows like he did, or he did that European tour early on in the year. Look at those videos and just look at how people are reacting to that type of music live. And this album being as hot as it was, it would have been a crazy tour to be witnessing, because holy shit, man, like this thing is just heaters on heaters on heaters. This is all people are really talking about right now as far as like in hip hop, and I'm glad it exists on all the streaming platforms. I'm glad that whatever money can be recouped and will be made can be made from this point forward. And yeah, so go delete your drop boxes. Go actually give the guy some money, because he is in jail, so he will need it for whatever reason. And yeah, man, I just comparing this to his last album, which was a bunch of great songs that were just already existed, and then a bunch of songs that just, even though I still say Dewey is one of my favorite songs by 6ix9ine, it's still not like I'm not really saying that like on purpose. There's something about like the way that those songs sounded and how rough they sounded and just not polished. And this whole thing is so much harder. The quality of sound is better. It sounds way better, like way more produced. It just sounds like there's a fit for every single place. And while there is just a bunch of features, I don't know if a 6ix9ine solo album would ever really work. So to have him kind of hit everybody in the game that he wants to hit and do songs with them and have them all just kind of eclectically come together and play like they do on Dummy Boy is I think it's just a good album, man. I can't deny it, and it works. It definitely works. If you're just looking for something to while out to at the gym, this is going to be my go-to for a while. Definitely see myself running on a treadmill to this shit. Let me know in the comment section below, what did you think? My name is Garrett @YoGurr on Twitter, YOGRRTT. Thank you so much for all the support on these reviews. Free 6ix9ine, maybe? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below what your whole opinion on that as well. Did I miss any minor details or major details? Let me know. Thank you so much for the support. And that is all, folks.